If your goal is to heal your body, chances are you're not going to hit it. But if your goal is to perform in your body and your life, then healing is a stepping stone along the way. It's where it all started. Where we put in the time and effort, and we made the decision to go around the world to stimulate people into helping themselves and building a local community.
Connect on a deeper level, like on an emotional, human level, not surface level. And they can move their body with fascia maneuvers. And we're now pioneering it in New York, in Santa Monica, in Vancouver, Toronto. We're gonna be doing fundraising dinners.
And it's super important that we keep the help yourself, learn about your body, help others path free of charge.
Think up. Head to the right, body to the left. Breathe in. 2, 3, nose, 2, 3. We decided to go different directions the last week for our sync up.
Yeah, we've been doing to the left for years. Now we'll do the right.
That's right.
I think when you sync up, when you sync up 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 times a day.
Okay, heart oil
Heart.
from Dr. Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Dr. Nick.
Essential Oil Wizardry and Ellen. Don't forget Ellen.
And Ellen.
It's good in here.
Beard oil.
Okay, so Aisha transformed.
Hi.
No, I'm just joking. We have a new member of our team, Aaron.
Actually, an old member of our team.
Well, yes.
Well, he's new to us.
An ancient, old, new.
So why don't you give 30 seconds of who you are and why you're joining our team?
Hi, I'm Aaron Matthias, and I got to experience the Human Garage back in 2018 in Venice, California, and joined the adventure there, and then had a temporary hiatus, and then found my way back into the fold recently. And I'm here to help take certain programs that we actually kind of had brainchilds, like little births back in the day, now to nurture them back into full-grown adults. Mm-hmm. So it's exciting to be back.
Yeah,
It's fun having you now.
the programs that we're working on were the partner programs because we have so many people that want to work with us. Mm-hmm. And whether it's a product, an offering, or service, or a partnership, which you were running back then, the other one, which was things like our donation series, which is the used to be the conscious dinners, which are our donation dinners now, where we bring people in and give them an experience. And it was funny because we actually talked about all these things back in the clinic, but in the clinic it wasn't a model to really make that happen.
No. No, more time was spent just dealing with the clinic side, and not getting a chance to be as probably like creative or flowing in the sense. And I think now there's a lot more bandwidth or space to do that.
Well, let's break it down for a second. So part of it is, we were just talking about our travel pack of products. So everywhere we go, I mean, we're in Malibu right now, and the water's horrible, and we're obviously feeling it in our bodies a little bit from the chemicals. But we've been developing the travel pack. So everywhere we go, we have products that support our body. We talked about this in the last update. But Aaron's actually coming in to support us with that program, to help develop it and bring it to life. Right. And the second thing that's really important is we're going to be doing fundraising dinners. And part of the reason for that is, we've worked really hard over the last few years to make all of the education free. And these people have always come to us offering things and wanting to support and contribute in some way so we can create more content, create more programs, help more people. And Aaron's coming in to actually create a space for that. So in September, we're going to be launching premiering our first fundraising dinner. It's a dinner series, and Aaron's kind of taking the charge on that. And that's a place where people they can donate and contribute for a dinner and participate in what we're doing. Do you want to share more about kind of like the vision of what you see?
Yeah, we just wanted to give a space to have like a really intimate experience, to be able to experience the team on a different level that, I mean, you really can't quite get as the events become massive rock concerts as they're turning into. As someone actually at the pop-up event you guys just did was like, you guys are like the Led Zeppelin. Like attracting all these people. And I think in that container, this gives people who are really interested in the movement itself, right? Because we're trying to bring this to 1 billion people and keep that work free for people to go do and experience. And these dinners give an opportunity for people to contribute to keep that mission going, keep the rock tour going full time, to bring it to more and more people. But it's going to be an intimate experience, a highly curated dinner with all locally sourced organic ingredients, vegan dishes, also some meat-based dishes, but like bringing lifestyle together and getting to have, again, that time with all of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and some good dance parties. There has to be some dance in there.
It's it's part of it because we want to see everybody. We did the pop-up here in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
We gave 24 hours notice, 300 and some odd people showed up.
Yeah.
And we ended up staying until they closed the park at like around 10 o'clock at night, seeing people, helping people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the reality is that that's at 300 people. We had, the events are now like 2,000.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're coming up to 3,000 and 4,000 people, which means that we legitimately can't help people in that capacity because we just leave so many people we can't help. So this allows people to have a greater experience, intimate with us. And then the other part about it is people ask us all the time, how do we contribute? How do we help?
Yeah.
And there needs to be a container for that or a mechanism for that. So far to date, the largest single donation that we've had was $175,000, and we had an event, and the person couldn't even come to the event. And we have thousands of donations that at $20 and $100 and stuff like that. And we wanted to find people that want to give back, that have the ability to do that. And it's super important that we keep the help yourself, learn about your body, help others, and even become a practitioner, coach, or a mentor, or a business partner. We want to keep that path free of charge. And in order to do that, everybody has to volunteer. There's systems that have to run because it's scaling so fast with like literally hundreds of thousands of people coming into that system. It costs a lot of money just to have infrastructure, communications, to answer questions and support.
Well, I think too with this is there's something, in the maneuvers themselves that's celebrating the sacredness of the body, and then combining that with the sacredness of breaking bread with fellow humans in a nice container of 15 people, 10 to 12 people. Like, I think that brings an extra element to it. And that's what the idea is, these dinners too. To be able to contribute back into the global mission, but also to come together in a space that I think is moving rapidly away from.
Very intimate.
Yeah, very intimate.
Yeah, you get a different level of conversation when there's less people because you can go deeper. Yeah. Okay, so we just came back from Colombia.
Wow.
Cartagena.
And there's a good example. I mean, we didn't charge, the whole point is they couldn't afford it. I mean, $1 is 4,400 pesos.
Yeah.
So we put the entire event on, helped people, gave out supplements, helped the local community and started that, and that was all free of charge to them, which is part of the reason why we're doing this.
Mm-hmm. So what were your thoughts of Colombia? What was your experience?
I was amazed there was no grass. Like, there's no place to ground. You can either ground in the sand, or that was it. Everything else is pretty...
Well, we were in the city.
We were in the city,
Yeah.
Well, I found
contrast.
that I found the energy of people was really strong. Like it's a lot of heart, action, play energy.
Beautiful people.
Even though people don't have a lot, it's like they don't need much. They have each other. They're very social. Like everybody was talking to each other. Everybody's in the streets from 8 a.m. all the way till 5 a.m.
5 a.m. more and more, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the city that never sleeps for sure.
You know what I
People
found was
wanna
interesting?
give. Very giving. Very giving.
What I found was interesting was that we went out to the beach and got our morning swims and stuff as much as we could. But we, like Sam had his camera gear there, and the homeless people, they came up and said, "Don't worry, we're homeless. We're not thieves. We're not going to steal your stuff." That was just a culture shock for me. It was because here, quite often where we live, it's like you can't even leave stuff in your car, otherwise it might be dismantled or taken away. So I found that to be really indicative of the culture of people wanting to live in community and support each other, recognizing even if you're homeless that there's still a role that they play.
Yeah.
I loved it there.
Yeah. Now we're going home to where this all started.
Vancouver. It's
Yeah.
been a while since we've been there too. When was the last time you were in Vancouver?
December, right?
December?
Yeah.
How's it feel to go
Yeah.
home?
I think a little emotional.
How so?
I don't know. I mean, it's where it all started. It's where we put in the time and effort, and we made the decision to put this vision together. Because in 2020, we actually said, we're going to go around the world. We're going to set up, spend like a month or two at each location.
Yeah.
And we're going to influence culture. We're going to stimulate people into helping themselves and building a local community. And that was, it seemed like a wild goal back then. Pandemic, we didn't have a revenue model, we didn't have a business, we just put videos out. But that was the plan, and here it is, we're doing it right now, so.
We had a vision party, and on the video that we showed, Jason had created what our vision was, and they could watch it. And we had our friends and family. And we had us on the stage with all the people in front of us. And some of our friends and family, they actually laughed during that. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then here we are so many years later, and that's a reality.
Yeah. Yeah, I
created it.
personally almost gave up many times. Yeah. I mean, when you set an intention to make everything free, you have to get pretty creative, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting.
I'm excited. I'm excited to go back to Vancouver. I mean, if there's a market that I wanted to affect the most, it was Vancouver. And ironically, other parts of the world are way more active. And it's kind of like you're never a prophet in your own land. So we're going back. And part of the beauty about this is that we're now doing these hands-on events where people can learn and have experience. And in other words, it's not about the maneuver itself; it's feeling it. Because if you feel it, you can duplicate it. So at each stop, we have a hands-on event. We're not doing the dinner event until here, but it's really cool that we're going to be doing a donation dinner at every stop, a hands-on event at every stop. We do a primary event, which is now getting into the thousands of people. And the next thing that's coming up is we're doing a VIP influencer media event, because the mainstream media is now coming and starting to engage with us. Like, we're going down to Florida after Toronto to do television, and they're not recording one spot. They've asked us to record 5 segments so that they can continue to do it. So we're making an impact in the mainstream world, which is really where we make a difference.
How does that feel, actually, if you looked back to the beginning of this? Let's go back a little bit further, maybe to 2018, 19, and the beginnings of some of this, right? And now, flash for all those years, and you're going to appear on a show, right? And get to demonstrate these on a show.
Yeah, it was funny. They sent a message that said, "Hey, I know that we're set up for talk, but can you demonstrate this to us?"
Yeah,
They literally sent me a message last night asking if we could demonstrate.
Yeah. So what is? I mean, What is that like? You're going to be on basically a mainstream newscast, morningcast.
I think the best way to say it, it's confirmation.
Yeah.
Because the vision was always there. When we were in the clinic, it was, we wanted to help people, but I thought the model was building clinics and building practitioners. And, you know, we've had this sharp turn because in our own lives, going to practitioners failed to work when we couldn't go see a practitioner. And then realizing that most people can't. So the movement to self-care is what really makes it rewarding.
Yeah.
But it's mainstream now, and that's the real cool part about it. We have people that you never would have thought of asking questions.
And it's interesting because we keep saying we're only doing one tour to people, and they keep looking at us like, I don't understand. You guys will be doing this forever, and it's like, that's actually not the intention. The intention is to actually bring other people in the community up. Yeah. And that's with our new program that we're starting, the coaching program, the ambassador program. You know, I always looked at Lululemon, and they did a really good job with this. They would find a leader in the community who was doing something to give back. They'd put a photo of them on the wall, and they would support them for a year by giving them product and having, like, hosting co-branded events and doing stuff for the local community. Well, we're starting to see that now, even in Santa Monica. We've got Fast Maneuver coach Jules, and he's hosting classes, and he's doing lives every single day. He's creating content. He's taking before and after photos. He's sharing his story. He's doing podcasts, and now he's helping a local community. And it's like, how do we get behind people who are doing these types of things? Because our vision for these classes is to, once a week or twice a week, people go to a Fast Maneuvers class, and when they get there, they can get their microgreens and their mushrooms and their supplements, and they can interact with the local community and connect on a deeper level, like on an emotional, human level, not surface level, and they can move their body with Fast Maneuvers. And this program that we're building, we're now pioneering it and really pushing it forward with coaches in New York, in Santa Monica, in Vancouver, Toronto, and we're going to have a ton more coming, so it's actually quite exciting. So if you want to learn Fast Maneuvers to help others, I want you to go onto our YouTube channel and just go through the videos and do it yourself. And as you do it yourself, you're going to learn how to help others. And then when you start sharing that and people start following you and it starts getting big enough, we will support you. Because if we're going to hit 1 billion people, it's going to take more than just us. And we don't want to be the ones on stage all the time. We want to bring other people up from the community. And I think that's like something that shocks people a little bit, is that we don't want to be on the main stage all the time. We want to actually bring other people into the spotlight.
Well, that's the challenge with being the leaders in a movement like this, is that while we're there, no one else can step up. And, I'm committed to the statement that I made, that after this tour, I will never talk about healing the body again. Because there's a whole world of performance that we want to take people into, and we're starting to dabble with that and show people. We did some cool stuff here last night, demonstrating performance, and we have some athletes coming in today. They're Nike-sponsored athletes, and we've got some other professional team stuff. And I want people to see that if your goal is to heal your body, chances are you're not going to hit it. But if your goal is to perform in your body and your life, then healing is a stepping stone along the way. And gets clearing that space out, but still maintaining the integrity of everybody that's in the spot where they need to heal. And that's where the donations come in, because that stuff has to run free of charge consistently, and people come in and out of those programs, and they get bigger as we go.
Yeah. Well, we're actually paying those coaches to be there.
That's right.
Once they've made it big enough, we're supporting them with marketing and media, and also supporting them financially so that they can support the local community. So when people donate, we're actually giving it to the coaches so that they can run a studio and share it with people.
Well, it's also where our next kind of our fusion events come into play, right?
Yeah.
The big media to bring it all together into a major conglomerate of bringing like-minded individuals together and being able to broadcast and connect.
Well, I think this is really important to say too. It's like, people see us working with all these influencers and actors and professional athletes and celebrities and media and mainstream and all that. And it's like, in a way, that's on a different trajectory, but we know that is important for us to reach as many people that we possibly can. Because just because we're working with somebody, it might not make sense to the outside eye why we're doing that, but we're working with anybody that has reach. Because when you want to help 1 billion people, the more people that we can connect with that have leadership or their own communities or their own businesses, it's going to share this message.
I get that a lot because the question is there's a million cases that we could work on, and we get thousands of people a month asking for us to do treatment on them directly, and we can't. I literally can't. And as it is, we am, especially me, I'm overworked in this current capacity on this tour where every day I'm doing treatments on somebody. So we actually have a form on our website where people can go, and if they want to, it's a one-on-one request. And what we do with that is our criteria is that you have a really rare and unique case that no one else in the world can figure out, and we feel we can add some value and use these philosophies to help so that we can show that there's other ways. The second one is like physicians like Dr. Patel, who is the world's leading surgeon who created robotic surgery, had his kidneys failure, and he came to us, and now he's like doing fantastic, and he wants to share his knowledge with his colleagues. The third one is that somebody has a media or a platform, and that platform can get out, and we can get our message into their audience because they see them going through a transformation, like we're doing here in Malibu right now. And then the fourth one is lesser, but we're still doing a couple. It's super high level, world class, top of their field, elite athletes that are about to shatter a world record or break something or something like that, because we believe that working with fascial maneuvers actually helps them do that, or we have evidence of that. So those are the criteria that we're meeting with people at. And I wanted also people to hear that because when we get the thousands of requests and we send them to a form, but we have to say no to 95% of them.
You are more friendly than like Dr. House, though, right?
Yeah.
Remember Dr. House?
Yeah.
So part of it too, it's like, okay, we're meeting with a lot of influencers and celebrities and media and athletes to help spread the word of fascial maneuvers and that you can heal yourself. But part of what we wanted to do was bring in all these leaders of their field together to have conversations of how we can make a bigger impact. And so HG Fusion, the fusion event that Aaron's also helping us put together, it's an opportunity for us to kind of bring everybody together to strategize, share our visions, and share how we're going to make a positive impact over the next year.
Yeah.
So that we can all support each other. Because if somebody's working on a project and I'm like, I know somebody that can help them, I can make that connection. And so we're going to be putting on HG Fusion events, and those fusion events are to bring people of influence, people who can make a big impact together, so that we can strategize and help more people. And that's really the intention of that.
It's like bringing that perfect web.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of
Like a fusion.
fashion, like a fusion.
Now this
all
event,
sliding and twisting together.
this event's going to be September 19th. And it's only going to be about 75 people. There's going to be a key.
There'll be like a keynote address.
Yeah.
Between you.
Between me and somebody who's a world leader in that. We're talking to some people right now. We don't want to announce it yet.
Yeah, we've got some cool names on the docket for that, which we'll keep secret right now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna live stream that.
Yeah, that will be available for a live stream for everybody to tune into. And then we'll have breakout sessions. The cool thing is in the facility itself, we're going to have pop-up media centers where people will be able to broadcast. Say you meet someone you've always wanted to talk to, they're like, oh man, I've always wanted to like do a podcast with you or communicate with you. You will be able to literally go off into a room and record right there.
Yeah.
Full-on production facility, fully equipped with video, audio. So you record it, can be put together, and you can send it out to your people. That way people can connect right away and talk, and you don't have to do anything via. And just other cool breakout sessions so people can, again, communicate. And also good food. There will be good food there.
Always good food.
So we're gonna have people with followers. There'll be hundreds of millions of social media followers. We'll have mainstream media there as well, supporting. And then we're going to be bringing in a keynote address. We're also going to be doing an education part of it, and then component breakouts. We're going to be doing fascial maneuvers with everybody.
Yeah,
in the morning.
every morning we'll still start off kind of the way you guys traditionally wake up. Get up, move together.
Yep.
That will start off the event.
Yep.
And roll into it.
Cool.
Probably wrap it up too.
Yeah.
That's going to be fabulous. Yes.
One thing to note is that we have these events that are all coming up right now. We have Vancouver, Toronto. We've got LA that are up for sale.
Minnesota.
We have Minnesota, and we're just about to announce Miami. And then we're going to be moving to London, Cape Town.
Dubai maybe?
Possibly, we're still thinking that. And then we're like 5 weeks in Australia. So one of the things that's happened is we've been able to accommodate a lot of people at the last minute, and we filled up every event venue that we have and overfilled it at the last minute. But that's no longer the case, as we just saw here in Santa Monica. We had a 24-hour notice, and we almost, like literally we had 300 people. If we gave it 48 hours notice, we would have had the full event that we had here in LA. So I'm encouraging people to get out and get their tickets right away, and get one for somebody that you want to bring. That's the important part, because what's happened here in the latest events is we always sell out at the end, and then people want to bring somebody, and there is no more tickets.
But don't worry, I'll be scalping tickets on the side, people. Little side hustle, you know. Hey, you want to get into this event? Come here.
Okay, leave a comment below
Put a like
if you
right
enjoyed
by Jason's head right here.
if you enjoyed the video, and let us know what you're most excited for.